Welcome back, folks, to Full Throttle here on the Heavy Bass channel. Yeah, this video is going to be pain, as in absolutely painful, for me at least, because today we're going to be going through the game's equivalent to the insult sword fighting segment for Monkey Island. This is known as the Mine Road, as in this is going to give me a headache. I'll explain what the Mine Road is about, but basically it is an endless road that does feature one unique character. And we do get to talk to him as well, in about a few bits. This is the previous owner, this is the previous leader of the Polecats. The one that gave the leadership to Ben.
How's my gang doing?
That's a long story.
Essentially, Father Torque is basically a preacher man and is the head of the and basically is a retired, but he decides to come out to the road and look for a fight. That's what
You're picking fights.
Things work out. So the old mine road is essentially a place for, for tips.
Father Torque, I need your help. The gang's in jail and the law.
Ben, I'm not the leader of the Polecats anymore. You are. Can't you see I'm on permanent vacation?
You try to get him to basically, where's it? Pull gorge, and he just says, around it.
Around it?
Miles and miles long,
It's
man.
miles and miles long.
What's the matter? Don't like bridges?
Don't like bridges?
It blew up.
It blew up.
Sorry to miss that.
Sorry I missed that. Well, you could jump it, like Ricky Myron. Cavefish got his ramp in their hideout, you know.
Where is the cavefish hideout exactly?
Somewhere on this road. The entrance is totally invisible.
Yeah, it's a secret getting those cavefish specs, by the way. You can essentially decide to go for some fighting tips, which we will ask him anyway.
Any fighting tips, Torque?
Ah, Ben, who's tougher than you?
Nobody, but those rod wheelers are uglier.
They're none too bright either. I'm sure you can handle them.
The vultures are quick, and they're nuts.
The ones with those boosters are hard to whip. Just remember, Ben, it's not about muscle, it's about timing.
What's up with those cavefish, man?
Watch out, Ben. They're not out here for sport. They hijack big rigs. It's part of their religion. Don't get in their way. They're blind, cold-hearted killers.
How do the cavefish ride if they're blind?
Well, they're only blind because they wear those special goggles to shield their sensitive, cave-dwelling eyes. Special sensors in the goggles pick up the dots.
Interesting things to know.
And other large objects.
Which is probably the reason why large objects are kind of trippy. Yeah, it kind of is. It's a bit futuristic trippy. So, yeah, this is basically, Father Torque's only cameo appearance in the game until we get to the end bit that he just shows up there. But fighting on Old Mine Road is essentially the same as it was in that fighting game earlier. This, by the way, is a vulture.
Say there, is that a pre-regulation
This little bit of a sequence here.
This
is exactly why you need to get rich. You need to take on these vulture types. They have a booster. We haven't got the weapon needed to take them out yet. The only thing that we have is a handful of fertilizer, and that's that. The fertilizer is needed for something else. Now we go straight to a fight. Not you, however. There are two kinds of scrubs on this old road.
Yes, I am.
Her
and
the dipshit that we fought earlier. Yeah, the dipshit that we fight in the earlier part, which introduces this game's concept of fighting. Yeah, he's back and you can kick his ass on the occurrence, but you need to kick his ass at least once. However, this is a cavefish. really much point of fighting cavefish because, as you saw there, cavefish are at a very low vantage point. And I repeat, very low vantage point. You can't even hit them. The only way we can hit them is with a certain weapon that actually is low enough to do so. We need to get weapons. And the first thing that we do is that we face off against the first of these cavefish guys. Get him, punch him very effectively, and very hard.
You're gonna die.
There. Once we get that, we get our first weapon. The mace. This is effectively a spiked mace with a skull. Looks cool. Someone got killed for that, obviously. Now we just gotta wait until we get our hands on you.
Aggressive little wart.
This is where we use the tire iron.
You crouch.
Smack him with that tire iron. Yeah. We can't because we fall off the bike. Yeah, we can. If you take too much hits, then you fall off the bike, but you get back on the road. Normally this would be a KO adventure, but this is a video game after all. We get back on it. This is the next that would have been the next one, but we haven't got the weapon needed. We haven't got the thing needed to take him out. However, this is the gutter ball that we fought earlier in the game.
Hey, it's my old friend. What's your name?
Kick his ass quite easily. And you know the fun thing about this one? The weapons aren't infinite. The weapons do break if you use them too many times. So you can basically do that again. However, we do need...
You like
We do
choppers,
need-
huh? How about this chopper?
You do need the fertilizer to take out you, though. Put that in your eye, but now we got our hands on the chainsaw. Indeed, the chainsaw is a better weapon than what we have now. We don't want to fight you because we've already fought you, but basically we just need to skip as much as we can until we can get the weapon. We need the chainsaw to take out one of the grunts. Fortunately, we can't take out the cavefish because we haven't got the thing needed to be low enough to smack him about. Trust me, it is necessary, but we do have the weapon needed. We also haven't got the weapon needed to take out this guy here. Sadly, we haven't got the very thing needed to stop him from we also need to get a recoil booster, which is what those guys were. So we need to cycle fights. This is kind of embarrassing. We fought you already and kicked his ass. Hopefully we get to the next guy. We need to beat you up to get the chain. Just we need this guy beating up the chain. We got the chain. Excellent. Chain is ours. Chain is needed to take out those guys with the booster coils. Trust me. Like I said, we have to fight smart. Now for these yellow guys, we need to. That's a cavefish coming up. We don't need those guys. We've got the. Well, we're just going to try and collect every weapon we can, really. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain if you can. Thankfully, you can skip out of fights with certain buttons. Yeah, here we go. This is the one that we need.
Oh, that.
Yeah, for those black-haired guys, you need the chainsaw. The only weapon strong enough to cut through that, and the blower. I mean, it's a way to get a fat joke here. Anyway, yeah, this is a bit, like I said, thankfully you can skip through these bits. Unlike Monkey Island sword fighting, where you had to literally get everything. It's not right. Now, use the chain.
You drop anchor or something?
Stopping him allows us to grab us a recoil booster
A couple of good boosts
with a
left in
nice
it.
grin. So that's two things down. So we got the recoil booster and we got the hover unit, which is very important. excessively important. We haven't got the idea. We just need to circle around and try and get back to that biker with the actually ugly looks, which is not you. We need to get back to that meathead. We need to get back to that meathead with the black hair, not you. Bit of a pain in the ass when you try and cycle through opponents in order to get every item in this game. Thankfully, it's not much of a pain, but actually, no, wait. Yes, it is a pain in the ass. Here he is. Get the chainsaw. Which is strong enough to kill him, so now we get the plank of wood. So, you're following the logic yet? The plank of wood is actually the thing strong enough to beat, is actually low enough to hit the cave fish. See, that's what the game dictates, is that we need to get all those items in order. So in order to get that one, we need a chainsaw, we need a fertilizer, chainsaw. And then from chainsaw to plank of wood, it's the only thing low enough to hit the cave fish. And for all that, we now have the cave fish goggles. Essentially, you use these, you try and you stay on the road until you find the location. But before we do, we exit out of that, which is really important. Because we've been there for so long, we have everything that we need. And next time on Full Throttle, we are going to go to find we're going to find the cave fish's headquarters, and we're going to get Ricky Mayan's ramp, the very last thing needed for the jump. So, till next time, folks. See you all in the future. Bye for now.